for us, going to the location, वो location या वो climate changes और forest में shoot करना पड़ा. So I think all of that, got a lot from all the crew members and the cast. I think also the producers who made all this effort, we actually had to lay a road to go to the location. It was that hard, so it was crazy. And I think, like Sir said, we've done the hard work of 4 films in one. And I think we're going to see the results tomorrow. So I'm waiting.
Madam, in a way, we are very fortunate because the top crew is always given a little extra privileges. I'd like to, once again thank the entire crew in every department, the art department, the lighting department, the production department, the drivers' unions, and they have actually given most efforts for this film. If I forgot, forgive me if I've forgotten any other department, but every department has given their best because on shoot, there are around 500 to 600 people working for the film. So once again, I want to thank all the departments for putting their heart and soul and, working more hard than us for this film. Thank you.
Rashmika, this side.
Hi.
Hello. You look so pretty and beautiful.
Thank
Yet you
you.
portrayed the character. It is a deglammed character.
Yes.
So did you have any inhibitions?
Inhibitions, no. I think I had no inhibitions when it came to, I knew I was playing a different character. I knew that I had to pour my heart, soul, sweat, everything into this character because this is, like I keep saying, this is a whole different world that we're entering. And when, actors like Sir's doing such hard work and, I'm getting this opportunity to, work with Sir, I can't have inhibitions and be like, oh my God, do I look pretty? Do I look that? Do I look this? I have to worry about the performance. I'm like, am I am I doing a good job? Am I doing that? Is it coming through? Is this character staying strong? What is happening? So for me, it was all about performance in this film. And I think once the audience see it on the 17th, I think it'll come through. And please give us your reviews.
Allu Arjun?
And ma'am, to second that, I'd like to speak about how Rashmika performed and what is it. I truly appreciate Rashmika ji for performing like this and taking up such a challenging role. It is a little rustic role and it's not a very conventional, glamorous role. It is quite challenging and like you said, I was fearing would she feel that she's not looking good because that is a very huge factor that plays on the mind and if your mind is not clear, your performance will not be clear. But then after she landed on the set and she started working, I think she had the mindset that this film is this and we have to justify this film. And she did a wonderful performance. And I couldn't have performed if not for her help because every artist should compliment you for your performance. She performed so well, it was very, very comforting and it was very complimenting to work with such a wonderful artist. Tomorrow, I'm sure you all will appreciate her performance. She can't speak for herself, but I can definitely speak for her because I've seen her perform in front of my eyes. Thank
And
you.
the song that we just witnessed, you performed exactly like a stone man guy, yet you looked so sexy.
Thank you.
So,
Really, do I?
Yeah, of course.
Little?
And I was just going to ask you, after that I'll ask you, I mean, you look so handsome and
looks
good
is not
hunk.
my
Why don't you do a romantic role also?
My previous film was a romantic role.
Okay, coming back to the song, I was asked, the gestures that you did, reminded me of so much of Rajni sir, that small nuances. So will there be a comparison with the Thalaiva?
Ma'am, more than comparison, I'll say it's more of an influence because I was brought up from Chennai. So obviously I have a lot of subconscious absorption from big superstars like Rajni sir, like Kamal sir. That's why if you see I'm very like if you notice that, then I came to Hyderabad. Mr. Chiranjeevi Garu is my own uncle. When I see him, he dances really well, and there are his nuances. So I think, subconsciously when you work, as a child, when you grow up seeing these people, you absorb them and they're there subconsciously in your mind. Not that I very consciously want to do it. if it came across like that also, I don't have an issue. And I think it's maybe you can say maybe it's a tribute for them in a way. My respects for them in a way.
Recently, the government has, introduced about the tickets. So will that affect big films? Nonetheless, it will be very good for the audiences, they'll get to see
No,
big
ma'am,
films.
everything has been sorted. Nothing of that sort now. Everything is going in a positive way all over. You know, cinemas, people have been coming back to the theaters. Movies have been coming out. Every languages has been opening up. Maybe except for Kerala, there's 100% occupancies in every place, and there are multiple. And the government is also supporting the films. And I'd like to thank all the governments from all over the country for supporting Indian cinema. Thank you so much.
Lastly, your question இருக்குது. You also turned producer. So, are you producing independently or will you be producing with
Ma'am, I'm
dad?
a son of a producer, so I came in as I was born producer,
Dad,
then turned actor.
With dad, I mean.
My father is a producer, so I'm a producer. I'm a born producer turned actor, maybe.
Hi, Alu sir, over here, Himesh this side. Firstly, congratulations, the film looks very interesting.
Alright, it's releasing tomorrow. Say all the best.
And all the best, of course.
Thank you, my brother. Thank
I
you.
have two questions for you.
Sure.
First one, if I'm not wrong, Pushpa was initially conceptualized as a one-part film, and then through the shoot, you decided on making a second part as well. Could you tell us something on the idea of spinning it into two parts, and what's the status on second part at the moment?
Absolutely. I'd like to also Devi to speak 2 words about it, then also I'll speak.
Okay. Okay. See, the story of this film, Pushpa, when Suku sir narrated to us, it's a very intense one. And there are a lot of interesting elements and a lot of detailed writing that went into this film. So when Suku sir narrated itself, I was thinking, how are they going to accommodate the whole of this into one film was one thing that we all thought, because everything was interesting. So when writing gets so interesting, then we don't feel like deleting anything, right? So then they came up with this idea of 2 parts, and then I was the first one, because even before it was announced, Sukusa called and said, Devi, we're going to do like this. And I was the one who jumped like up with joy and said, okay, now you're doing justice to this film, because every scene that these guys conceived was so interesting. So I think this film deserves to be released in 2 parts, and you will all love it in 2 parts.
So when Sukumar sir told me the film, when he narrated itself, I felt it is like a 4-hour film. I said, how will we make this 4-hour film into a 3-hour film? He said, let's just somehow compress it in the process. And when we started shooting the film, it started decompressing even more. It started getting longer. And by the time we cut the first half itself, it's a very huge film. So it was very clear, in the process of making the film itself, the film is very clearly telling you, boss, I cannot be made in 1 part. It's asking for 2. So generally, we always listen to the film. The content always tells you something. You should just be open to listen to it. So it was saying that it needs 2 parts, and I think we respected that.
And what's the status of the second part as we speak?
Tomorrow part 1 is releasing, and then part 2. No? Let's save it for a surprise, because I think it'll be even more interesting to answer that question tomorrow once the film is out and how the part 1 ends, right?
Yeah.
As a prelude to that, then I can speak.
And Alusa, you are a fantastic actor, and that aside, another factor which has got you that pan-India recognition is your dancing. All your songs are huge hits on YouTube, even in Hindi belts.
Thank you.
Can we expect you, are you looking to do a pan-India dance-based film with, worlds of Bollywood, one Bollywood dance actor and dancer coming together with you? That is one genre which everyone would want to see. And with whom?
Honestly, dance genre film, I don't know. I've never thought about it, to be very honest. I've never thought about it. I genuinely think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think dance is more enjoyed when it's a part of the film than it being the whole emotion of the film. For me, because cinema is about emotion. Dance is just a part of entertainment. In certain films, like you said, dance film, dance becomes is the main part of the emotion. But for me, I personally like cinema, the emotion of a cinema, and then small pieces of dance in it. So that's my take. On doing a whole dance film, I personally think I'm not very much for it somewhere. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and best of luck for the release.
Thank you. I need a lot of luck. Thank you.
Hi, sir. So